This generator has not been generating much electricity. When I short from this wire to, I think they call this the field, it goes to discharge. And from the stuff I've been reading, if that starts charging, then that means this is the cutout's bad. When I pull this cover off, there is armature, whatever you want to call it, in there. I shine that up with some sandpaper, but it looks to me like there might be a crack in there. So I'm going to try to pull it out. I believe there's 3 bolts up here, one here, one you probably can't see back there, and one down at the bottom, down in this region here. So I'm going to pull the wire off, pull those 3 bolts out, and I'm hoping I get it back. That's enough maybe to get the gear out of here. But I went over the internet, couldn't find a whole lot of instructions on how to take this apart, so I'm just kind of hoping that that's the right way to do it. So let me grab some wrenches and be right back. So the battery's already disconnected. It's because they've got the battery disconnected and I got the charger on it because this is not working. Apparently that's a full-on ring terminal. I'll actually pull this other one off. I'll show you that too right away. If you look, you can kind of see down in there. You can be able to see it in there. See that little, come on, focus. See that black line right there? I don't know what that is. If that's a crack or what that is. So I'm gonna have to probably take it out and take it to someone that's got the right tools to do the job properly. So set you guys back up here. Hope the phone doesn't fall on the floor. Put this back on quick. So the rest of these bolts are 9/16s. I think this is the only one I can get an actual wrench on. The other ones I think I'm going to have to get a ratchet for. It's because of the position that they are. Fine thread, so I'm guessing that's the one that goes into the starter or the generator. Well, that one there apparently is a different size. That's convenient. With that being the case, my assumption is that the 2 bolts I've already loosened are probably not the original ones. And this one here may be an original bolt. I don't know. This bolt here also holds the, I believe they call it the timer on. This bracket right here. So let's hope that that wasn't an essential location of whatever this thing is holding together. Got another super long bolt. Okay, so that one's out. That one's out. This lower one here still have to get loose. I'm kind of worried that this thing hasn't dropped down already. All the bolts are loose. There's a bolt down below here. I wonder if that one goes into something. Let's take a little closer look. No, I just had to give it a little bit of a, there's a gasket or something on here. I just had to give it a little bit of a push to break the seal or the suction of the gasket. So there it is. I'll take it someplace where someone has some skill and they can try to help me fix it. What do you think they're doing over there? I think they're racing like I told them not to. You're going to have a talk with those guys when they get back here. Why? Because they're not supposed to be racing. You got two of
Alright,
something.
fast forward. Different generator put back into the vehicle. I pressure washed, well, I was trying to pressure wash the grease off, but got most of the paint off the engine, so that'll have to get repainted at some point here. But anyway, so yeah, generator, I was right. The armature that I showed you guys, I'm guessing it's called the armature, with the cracks in it, it wasn't able to conduct electricity properly, so they had to replace the armature. I believe he's replaced, there's a bearing in here. This is an oiler, but he put in a sealed bearing, so the oiler isn't going to do me any good. I'll probably still oil it. So he put sealed bearings on each side. This voltage cutout was fine, so I might still replace that with a voltage regulator. They have voltage regulators that look original, but they're so that way they would just keep the voltage at the 6. And this is just a cutout where it turns it on and off. So anyway, so yeah, so got that back in. Thing charges like crazy now, so everything seems to be working fairly well. I'm going to, oh yeah, because I put in different spark plugs since last time, so I'm gonna have to get some different knobs for these. I just put the clip-on version on there. I have to get some brass knobs to screw on there, but these are just the cheap $4 Motorcraft spark plugs, not the two-piece ones like were in there. Gapped them at 45 thousandths, I believe it was. Depends who you look at on the internet. They had different ideas about what the right amount to gap that was. So yeah, that was the deal. Thought I could just clean up the generator, but that didn't work, so I had to take it apart and get it redone. So it was about like $280, $300 somewhere in there in 2018 prices. So hopefully that'll last me another I don't know, 50 years. So anyway, that's kind of the charging system fix. No tools required, just the pocketbook. Have fun, guys. So the next part to check out is the timer. Now, I've never had one of these apart. So you just kind of, this is a 5/8 wrench. I am assuming that the size is the same. This looks like it might be the original bolt on here. So it's got this little tab. You kind of see that holds the timer on. So that was the 5/8 wrench. Then what I'd like to do, there's a little clip on here I see, or a cotter key, that holds the timing advance section of it. So what I'm trying to do right now is pull the pin out that holds that on, because then all should be left holding this thing together are a bunch of wires. So let me see if I can get that out. Which is kind of tight to the belt, which this one has a water pump on it, but I still assume that everybody's going to have one that's tight to the belt, because it looks like that section is... Okay, got that out. And it's going to probably fall off in little pieces now, little cotter key. I'll just set that right here so it falls into the spark plug hole next time I take that apart. So I'm going to try to get this, so if I just pull this off now, watch all the springs and stuff fly out. Be pretty cool. Okay. Ooh, there's like water in there. Now, I did just start this thing a little while ago. Let me pull this out of here. You guys can see that. Got water down in there, so I'm guessing there's not really a good seal on that. You can grab a paper towel. I don't know if it's more the dumb schmuck in me or the cheap son of a gun in me, but I'm going to reuse an old towel. Soak that up. So I'm not real familiar with these things. I did a little bit of Googling to see what was out there. Not a lot of information on these that I can tell. Let me just get some more of this water out of here. So kind of the goal was to take this apart and see what it's made of. I have no idea if this is an original Ford timer or if it's an aftermarket one. Looks to me like, from what I've been able to find in books and magazines, that it's probably an original style one. Don't know if it's the original one. Alright, so it looks like these must be like contacts or pickups or something. Contacts, I'm assuming they're probably connected right through to the 4 cylinders going to the coil boxes. Excuse me. So let's see if we can get. I'm just gonna leave that here for now. Oop, let's get something here so we don't scratch the heck out of everything. Set it there. Another slightly used towel. All right, so we got that. Just set that there for now. Get the lighting situation going. All right. So we're gonna put the old shop light down in there. See if we can get a little better view of everything. Put a hole in the radiator, whatever I want to do there. All right, that's pretty good. So now let's take this. See what we can see. So you kind of can see. Let's see if we can get this down in here. That's the starter. I mean, sorry, the generator. So we've got a lot of rust forming on the pressure washing I just did. Let's see if we can get this thing to brighten up here a little bit. So this is really bad video for you guys. It's just not a great spot to get at. All right, there we go. So there's a spring in there. Springing. Little roller down on the bottom there. That's supposed to be what actually tells the thing to spark. So there's some maintenance you can do on these things. I don't know what adjustments are possible. So I'll do a little more reading on that. It sounds like it's just pretty much just clean it up and oil it kind of thing. So maybe I'll spray it down with some oil and see if that doesn't help our timing situation. See if I can get this thing set up to show you guys what's going on, and then I can potentially turn it over so you can see what's going on. But get a light in here. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see anything from back here. That's not quite right. I don't want to put it in the way of the fan. Let's see here once. Everything's just in the wrong spot, so you can't see anything. Super. I don't think this is going to help too much, but we'll try it. Nope, doesn't help at all. Let's see if I can just hold you guys over there as I... So I've got this, I did add this crank holder. Okay, so let's get this back over here. Let's see if I can reposition. There we go. So there's the... People are probably screaming because I'm sure you're not supposed to do this when it's... Come on, get up here. There we go. Okay, let me get it back in there. Hold on, everyone settle down. Oh, now we can see more of it. Okay, let's get this thing to dial in here. There we go. Now that makes more sense. So there's like a contact spring. I think that's, they call that the wiper maybe. And there's that roller. So I'm not sure what does what. But that's the thing we're looking at. So I'm gonna see. Does this roller move? Oh yeah, she works. It does feel a little sketchy, like I could use some oil on there. So I'll clean that up, oil it up, and then put it back together. Hope for the best. If anybody has any information or knows where I can get some information on how to set these timers up, that would be awesome. I do have the Ford service manual. Let me grab that quick to show you. So this Ford Model T service manual, I think it's like a reprint of an older actual vintage setup. So they do have some information in there, and that pretty much just talks you through cleaning and maintenance of it. So I'm going to go through some of that and get it back on the road. Have a good night, guys.